We're Dennis and Liz, full-time RVers who headed south of the border to mainland Mexico for winter. Last week, an unexpected illness brought us to Cancun, where we visited our first hospital in Mexico. After taking some time to recover, we're back out exploring, visiting the beautiful island of Isla Mujeres.
Ocean got me.
We definitely recommend trying to find these little places whenever you're traveling through Mexico.
I'm gonna have a hat wall in the RV by the end of this trip.
I think we have a problem. We're off. We made it to the ferry to go to Isla Mujeres, which is Ultramar Carga. We were actually able to take our scooter with us today, but we made it here with like 2 minutes to spare. The line to get the tickets took forever. And if you've been watching our vlog for a while, you know that we're not exactly the best on timing. We woke up 2 hours early for this and we still just made it by the skin of our teeth.
Nah man, we're late for everything. But the problem is, like, I've been having tummy troubles, so that took a little while this morning, but I'm glad things are moving. And yeah, you know, things are what they are, so
the tickets to come here one way with the scooter, because we're non-residents, was 295 pesos. So we have to buy tickets to return back on the ferry later this evening. And if you are planning to come to Isla Mujeres when you visit Cancun, you definitely want to make sure you're checking the ferry times on Facebook, or actually go to the box office where you buy the tickets, because the website's times are often wrong.
Don't trust the website ever.
And there's signs all over that says like every 18 minutes you can just go to Isla Mujeres. It's just not true. So there's 2 ferries today to go to Isla Mujeres, and I think 3 or 4 returning. So we're gonna spend the day there. We're up. The ferry dropped us off on the north tip of the island, and our mission right now is to get some breakfast. We were hoping to get cochinita pibil when we were in town before the ferry, but as you know, timing did not allow for that. But luckily, they have their own little town center on the north side of the island. So I think we found some street food that we're gonna hopefully maybe have cochinita pibil. If not, we'll find something delicious.
There's like 2 cochinita places right across from each other. Tacos are only 15 pesos. So we're gonna get a taco from each and then decide which one we're gonna get a torta from. Round 2. This is very good in different ways, but I think I prefer the other one actually. This is really good though.
I personally chose tacos de canasta. I got papa con queso, and then I think I also got a frijol. You've heard us say this before, but we always suggest finding street vendors to try local food at. This is the way that people in Mexico prefer to eat most of the time. Restaurants, especially for breakfast, aren't super popular. Most of the time you grab a gordito, a taco, a torta, and that's what you would enjoy for breakfast. And we definitely recommend trying to find these little places whenever you're traveling through Mexico. I think it's a much more authentic experience. You get to try some really delicious food, and it's super affordable. We made it to North Beach. This is a beautiful beach if you're trying to spend the day out in the sun. There's tons of boats docked offshore. There's restaurants you can grab a drink or a snack at or a meal at. And the sand is so soft. Right now we're here, it's like a really overcast day, which is kind of a bummer just because you can tell if the sun was out, the water would be 10 times more brilliant than it is right now. But it's still a beautiful day to be at a beach. We have a new baby coming into the family. Un regalo.
I'm so stoked. This is just as cool as the snake hat. And I needed a light color to go with other outfits, so I'm gonna have a hat wall in the RV by the end of this trip.
We don't typically buy souvenirs when we're out and about, but our trip is slowly coming to an end, so if we see something that looks
We're
unique,
making excuses now.
if we see something that looks unique and special to that place, we've learned when you're in Mexico, buy it.
Yes.
Because most of the time you're never going to be able to find that exact one again.
And that's with anything, like literally anything, because all of it's usually handmade. So you might be able to find something kind of similar, but if you see something truly badass that you think, I should buy that, you need to pull the trigger.
Also, be prepared for everyone to try and get you to come to their vendor stall. It's just a part of culture in Mexico. They're gonna say, come, hello, welcome, please come into my stall, bienvenidos, pásale, pásale. Look at all of the things that they have. You just say gracias and keep walking if you're not interested.
Yeah, that's totally not rude.
It can put people off at first if you're not used to this. It's not something that they do really in Canada or very much in Europe or in the US at all. So it can be a little off-putting, but it's just part of life here. I think we have a problem. Once we get started with shopping, we're like, oh, look at that. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I haven't seen that before. We may not have seen these things because we weren't looking, or they could be unique to here, but.
I like the shape of it.
You'll know if we bought it if you keep watching future vlogs.
So the most popular way to get around Isla Mujeres after you get off the ferry is to rent a golf cart. We've seen people get charged up to 1,200 pesos for a day rental for a golf cart, but right now, because of COVID and the decrease in tourism on the island, they're only renting them for like 800 pesos for a day rental. So come to Isla Mujeres, rent you a golf cart, and have a bunch of fun.
We made it to the southernmost point of Isla Mujeres, which is a popular stop-off point. You have beautiful views of the ocean all around, but it's also an archaeological site. It's a small pyramid, it's not much to it, but its significance for the island and its creation story is pretty spectacular. It's 30 pesos to get in if you're interested in checking it out. I'm like listening, there's a tour guide over there. I'm like, wait, what? We did our research before coming to Isla Mujeres.
The island was originally inhabited by the Mayans, serving as a sanctuary for their goddess Ixchel, protector of the moon, fertility, medicine, and happiness. Her temple, which also served as a torch-lit lighthouse, can still be seen at Punta Sur today. When the Spanish arrived in the 1500s, it's believed the only inhabitants of the island were priestesses of Ixchel, and there were statues of the goddess all over the island. Hence the name Isla Mujeres, meaning Island of Women.
The weather today is crazy. The waves are roaring. It feels more like we're like in Ireland. Well, it's not cold, so I guess we have that. But just the way it's crashing against the rocks and the bright color of the water, it reminds me of Ireland. What I've seen of Ireland. We'll go there eventually. But if you are coming, I definitely recommend this. 30 pesos really honestly is really affordable. And to kind of learn about the history and see the original lighthouse is really cool. But in addition, you get to walk all the way down right next to the ocean. There's like a cool path that goes down from the archaeological zone that's really unique.
ocean got me. Rogue wave, rogue wave. That was wild. Not expecting that at all. I'm glad it wasn't any bigger because it probably would have knocked me over. This is one of the things I love about Mexico, and I'm starting to realize that I dislike very much about everywhere else. If you fall in here, you can pretty much guarantee like you're either gonna be really hurt or you're gonna die. And no one's gonna come to save you because there's no like emergency button down here anywhere. There's no guardrail messing up this amazingly dangerous view. I love it, man. Go, 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 go! What are you waiting on? Don't stop! Go! This is the view from the Cliff of the Dawn. This is the easternmost point in the entire country of Mexico. So if you come here early enough in the morning, right at sunrise, then you can be the first one in Mexico to get touched by the sun. Super rad.
We made it back to the north side of town because it's almost time for us to catch our ferry. We're gonna grab some food, but I wanted to mention that if you're coming to Isla Mujeres, definitely make time to snorkel or dive. Obviously, with our limited time here being just a day, we knew that wasn't in the cards. Also, the weather wasn't exactly great, but Isla Mujeres has some incredible spots to explore underwater, including an underwater museum that has over 500 statues, which was built in 2010 to divert a lot of the tourists that were visiting the reefs. There's hundreds of thousands of tourists coming here and snorkeling or diving in these reefs every year, which is awesome, but it also does a lot of damage. To kind of divert some of that traffic, they built this underwater museum that's now become its own unique coral reef to explore. And if you're coming through March through October, you can actually see the whale sharks pass through this area. There's hundreds of them that migrate through and around Isla Mujeres during this time, and you can actually take a boat out there and swim with them. Tim and Finn, who are fellow American travel vloggers, they've spent a significant time in Mexico and were able to experience that during their stay in Isla Mujeres. So if you're interested in any of the underwater activities, definitely check out their videos. We're gonna grab some grub.
Qué chingón con tu gorro.
Oh my lord. Everybody's loving the sombrero, even the locals. And they're like, where'd you get it? Where'd you get it? I'm like, I got it on the island. I don't remember the name of the shop, but I got it on the island. Came to tacos de humo, which we're gonna get camarones, tacos de pescado, y some crazy guacamole del chef, which they add mango and chilies to. So this is gonna be delicious. Hopefully this will be the cherry on top of a great day in Isla Mujeres.
We're out of reusable straws. Cheers. Oh, I love horchata.
And I love Imaka.
And just like that, we're back where we started.
One hat richer.
Actually, a lot of souvenirs richer. It was a really fun day in Isla Mujeres. It's definitely a worthwhile visit. I could spend a whole week here. There's so many activities to do and explore on this island.
You need more than one day to do it all. Like, you'll do one day of just activities on the island, going to see the lighthouse, and just exploring. But then if you actually want to go out and dive trips, you're gonna need a whole nother day or a couple of days to do all of that.
Luckily, there's lots of hotels, Airbnbs. I think this is a great option if you're looking for somewhere other than Cancun to have a new experience in the Riviera Maya. It's beautiful. If you like this video, let us know in the comments below. And if you want to help our channel out, give us that like button a big ol' thumbs up.
Yeah, show the like button some love. Don't smash it, don't kill it. Just give a little love tap.
And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. We put awesome videos like this out about our travels through our Class TRV all across North America every Monday. We'll see you next week. Hasta luego.
Oof.
Someone ended up going into her wallet and taking some money. to the southernmost point. We made it to the southernmost point of Isla Mujeres. We'd love to hear your favorite part of the video or Isla Mujeres. If you like this video, let us know in the comments below, and it helps us out when you like the button.
Yeah, you like that button.